Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Irvin, with another manga review. Yes, this is going to be a Yen Press manga review, and it's on the Saga of Tanya the Evil, the first volume. I was actually real excited when the light novels came out, and now that the manga's out, I'm even more excited. For those who know or don't know, I really believe Tanya deserves to, or deserved, to win the evil villain of the year in these past Crunchyroll awards, and she didn't. That's okay. The story essentially is about a guy who dies and is given kind of a second chance through God to see that you do need God in your life, and he sends them in basically a very different world than what he was in. Science is not it's not ruled. Science doesn't rule in the world, so magic assists, and he's poor and he's born as a woman. So different factors that go into why it should be negative in the viewing. There's always war going on, and yeah, that's essentially the story. Um, he and the girl as Tanya, she becomes a leader and tries to her best to stay away from being in the front lines. Obviously, she ends up being up there quite a bit, and yeah, she ends up also helping a scientist at one point in getting this weapon ready. And for the weapon to work, they need to pray to God. So, what's different from the manga from the anime? Because a lot of people have seen the anime already. I want to talk a little bit about the differences. One is um, the detail of the story is a little bit better. Two, they explain in the sidelines a lot of the bigger war terms that maybe when you watch the anime it went over your head. There's some war terms or some solar terms or even some philosophies that she mentions that maybe you just didn't really caught on to it when you watch the anime. Here in the manga, like any manga, it explains it in the side, in some asterisks, or at the bottom, or whatever. The other part to it is the god figure. The god figure in the anime doesn't really become very uh, evident that he's there at all times, other than the beginning of the anime and the end of the anime of the actual first season. Um, in this one, he shows up right before she goes into experimenting these weapons, and you see that there's other deities with him that want the people to acknowledge them, to pray to them, and you see a lot more control from him in the manga than in the anime, and that is really interesting in how that is portrayed. The manga itself ends when she gets her new assistant, which, if you've seen the anime, the assistant is a very big part to what the story or to how the story unfolds. Sorry, that really happens in the anime. I believe it happens in the second or third episode. So the first whole volume is going to be based on just the first one or two episodes of the anime. So, very detailed. I love it. If you have not seen this one, I recommend you to watch it and then read the manga, or read the manga and then go watch it. I believe it's both dubbed and subbed. If you're interested in buying this, I'm going to leave it in the description below, as well eventually tag it in the comments section. And yeah, you guys can go buy this one. I love the cover that the Empress gave this one. But not just that, the texture of the cover is a lot different from other mangas. It's not a glossy texture, and you can't really see it on camera. But most manga books have a glossy texture of the cover, and this one doesn't, and I like that too. So, anyways, overall, I'm going to give this one right now an 8.5 out of 10. One, there's not a lot of bad things to it. One of the only reason I wouldn't do it higher, sorry, gosh, I'm a little mumbled there. The only reason I wouldn't give it higher is uh, it can be difficult sometimes to understand the story. just because of all the war terms that sometimes she mentions. And they help you in the manga, but it can still be confusing. So that's the only reason I didn't give it higher. The artwork is amazing. I love this. And again, if you want to buy it, check in the description below. Also check in the comment section. Probably will be there by the time you see it. So thank you so much, guys. And like always, don't be strangers.